Have you ever been to a place that felt so unreal? Even in a dream, a place that made you feel an eerie presence, if not a mesmerizing existence that was no doubt out of this world. Well, if not, I've got places that must have dropped from other worlds, if not an interdimensional entanglement compiled, just for you. These are the 14 alien places on Earth. If Mars and a fever dream had a love child, it would be Dallol. This bizarre, blistering hotspot in Ethiopia's Danakil Depression is the hottest inhabited place on Earth. But who would want to live there anyway? Acidic pools bubble like a witch's cauldron, neon yellow sulfur mounds rise from the ground like alien fungi, and the air itself seems to sizzle. It's beautiful in a this can't possibly be safe kind of way. The landscape looks like it was painted by a sci-fi artist after a bad night's sleep. Otherworldly, toxic, and strangely mesmerizing. Scientists come here for extremophile research. Tourists come for that perfect I survived hell photo. And the rest of us just stare at pictures, wondering how Earth managed to keep this psychedelic place secret. It is a place where Earth threw the rulebook into a volcano and said, let's get weird. Bright green acid pools bubble beside orange salt flats and yellow sulfur springs. Gases hiss from the ground, and the whole area smells like a rotten egg casserole cooked on the sun. It's beautiful in the way fire is beautiful, mesmerizing, alien, and just a little dangerous. Scientists study it to understand what life might look like on other planets. And honestly, Dallol is already doing a great job pretending it's not on this one. Hollywood has already spilled the beans on this one. Wadi Rum is so convincingly Mars-like. They used it as the filming location for The Martian. And when you get there, you'll understand why. Towering sandstone cliffs, narrow canyons, and endless stretches of red desert stretch into the horizon, untouched by time or tourists, if you go early enough. But don't be fooled by its barren charm. The Bedouin people call this place home, and they'll happily share stories, tea, and their unmatched desert wisdom. At night, the stars come out like glitter in an ink spill, and for a few heartbeats, you'll forget Earth even exists, until a goat bleats in the distance and pulls you back to reality. If NASA ever needs a convincing Mars set without leaving Earth, Wadi Rum is it. Red sand, towering rock formations, echoing silence. Even the air feels thinner, like it's trying to trick your lungs into thinking you've left Earth. Bedouins have called this desert home for generations. And if you camp under its star-splashed skies, you'll feel that connection, ancient and cosmic. It's been a backdrop for films like The Dune also, and no wonder. Wadi Rum is where geology, history, and space fantasy collide in epic fashion. Stay the night, and you might just hear the planet breathe. Now, imagine waking up inside a dream where the sky isn't above you. It's beneath your feet. Welcome to Salada Uni, the world's largest salt flat, where during the rainy season, water turns the endless salt crust into a flawless mirror. You walk across the surface and can't tell where heaven ends and earth begins. It's like a glitch in the simulation, a place where the laws of physics politely step aside to let all take over. In the dry season, the salt crust forms perfect hexagonal patterns that look like some divine geometry homework. It's eerie, beautiful, and serene, but brings sunglasses beneath the volcanic lands of Kamchatka lies a hidden realm of fire and ice. Literally. The Mutnovsky ice caves are tunnels of glittering frost and glowing light, formed by glacial ice being carved by volcanic heat. Inside, sunlight filters through the thin ceiling, casting pinks, purples, blues, and greens across translucent walls. It's like wandering through a frozen kaleidoscope, equal parts serene and unnerving. You can hear the ice shifting. The cave could collapse at any time. The warmth that carved it is also its undoing. But in that fragile moment of beauty, you feel like you've entered the private corridor of some frost goddess. watched Avatar and wondered where James Cameron got the idea for those floating Hallelujah Mountains? Zhangjiajie is your answer. This forest in China's Hunan province is a maze of colossal sandstone pillars that shoot into the sky like nature's skyscrapers. On misty days, the peaks rise through clouds like the spires of a lost civilization, or the backbone of a sleeping dragon. The tallest pillar, now famously named Avatar Hallelujah Mountain, is so high and thin it seems like it should collapse. But there it stands, defying logic. There's even a glass bridge suspended over the gorge. Terrifying if you're scared of heights. Exhilarating if you want to feel like you're walking on air in a fantasy realm. The polka-dotted wonder, it sounds made up, but Spotted Lake in British Columbia really does look like someone spilled alien paint on a landscape. In summer, the water evaporates and reveals circular pools in vivid colors. Blue, green, yellow, even orange. Each spot is a concentrated mineral pool, and no two seasons look the same. The lake is sacred to the local indigenous people, who believe the waters hold healing powers. But stand on the edge and just look at it. It's like Earth glitched and rendered in low-res fantasy mode. You half expect a creature to rise out of the center and grant you a riddle or a curse. Imagine driving through the outback and suddenly stumbling into a field of stone fingers clawing out of the sand. That's the Pinnacles Desert, where thousands of limestone pillars rise like ancient tombstones across golden dunes. Some stand tall and narrow, others squat and sharp-edged like fossilized creatures mid-emerge. Nobody's entirely sure how they form. Was it ancient seas? Plant root systems? A prank by Mother Nature? The place feels dead silent. Even the wind creeps around these spires. And if you visit at sunrise or sunset, their shadows stretch across the sand like ghosts trying to escape the ground. You'll feel like you're trespassing on another world, or at the very least, a set from Dune. At first glance, you'd swear Pamukale is covered in snow or ice. But walk barefoot across its dazzling white surface, and you'll realize it's warm. These surreal terraces are actually made of travertine, a mineral deposited by the area's hot springs. Water-rich in calcium cascades down the mountainside, solidifying over time into natural infinity pools stacked like giant alabaster steps. Locals call it Cotton Castle, and honestly, that's not dramatic enough. It looks like the Ice Queen built a spa resort and forgot to charge entry. Bathe like a Roman, take a dip where Cleopatra is rumored to have soaked, and try not to feel like you've entered a lucid dream or an ancient myth that's somehow still warm and bubbling. Tucked away in Arizona lies one of the most otherworldly spots in the American Southwest, Antelope Canyon. At first glance, it looks like a wave frozen in time. But once inside, you realize this narrow slot canyon is a sacred sculpture gallery carved by water, wind, and centuries of quiet fury. The sandstone walls twist and swirl like molten silk, with light beams piercing through the narrow cracks in magical golden columns. It's silent, surreal, and spiritual. No wonder it's sacred to the Navajo people. The canyon feels alive, whispering ancient secrets to those who walk its corridors. Some believe the shapes in the walls resemble spirits or animals. Others just stare, mouths open, forgetting this place is even on Earth. And yeah, it's ridiculously photogenic. Cappadocia is the fantasy dreamscape you'd expect in an RPG or the pages of an ancient folktale. Only, it's real. Picture this. Cone-shaped rock towers called fairy chimneys, dotting the valleys like a stone forest. Wind-carved formations that look like alien skyscrapers. Homes carved into soft volcanic rock. And then there's the real kicker. Entire underground cities, some believed to house over 20,000 people in ancient times, complete with tunnels, stables, wine cellars, and traps for invaders. At sunrise, dozens of hot air balloons drift above the dreamlike terrain, and the whole region looks like a painting brought to life. It's romantic, weird, slightly spooky, and absolutely unforgettable. Imagine a place so beautiful it kills. Lake Natron might be the most terrifyingly gorgeous spot on the planet. This blood-red lake in northern Tanzania gets its eerie hue from salt-loving microorganisms. But it's not just the color that makes it strange. It's the lake's deadly chemistry. Its high alkalinity can turn animals into stone-like statues. Yes, actual calcified remains have been found along its shores, as if Medusa herself took a swim. The lake reflects the sky so perfectly, it looks like you're walking on a molten alien world. And while flamingos bizarrely thrive here, most life steers clear. It's haunting, it's quiet, and it whispers one truth to your soul. Some beauty is best admired from a distance. Welcome to Socotra, a place that looks like Earth outsourced its landscaping to an alien species with a flair for the bizarre. This isolated island in the Arabian Sea is home to trees that look like giant upside-down umbrellas, the famous dragon's blood trees, named for their blood-red sap. The trees alone are enough to make you question where you are, or what you are. Then come the cucumber trees, desert roses, and massive cave systems. Everything here feels unfamiliar. The plants are endemic, meaning they grow nowhere else on Earth. So yeah, visiting Socotra is like stepping into a sci-fi episode that forgot to introduce the humans. Bonus mystery points. Socotra has been cut off from the mainland for so long. Scientists consider it a Galapagos of the Indian Ocean. It's paradise, it's creepy, it's breathtaking, and it absolutely does not feel like part of this planet. You might think Mother Nature doesn't use color palettes until you see the Zhangye Danxiao landforms in China. These layered hills look like someone spilled a box of colored chalk, then blended it into the mountains with the enthusiasm of a kid gone rogue in art class. Bright reds, oranges, yellows, and blues stripe the hills in bold, swirling patterns formed over 24 million years of sandstone layering and tectonic drama. It's not just a feast for the eyes. It's a full-course visual hallucination. Scientists will tell you it's all about mineral deposits and erosion. But you'll stand there thinking, nope, this is a portal to Candyland. I'm sure of it. Beneath the vibrant streets of Paris lies a shadow city, a place few dare to wander, and even fewer return unchanged. It's not on the tourist brochures, but it holds the bones of over 6 million souls. Welcome to the catacombs of Paris, an ossuary so vast and haunting. It's been called the Empire of the Dead. Originally limestone quarries, these tunnels became the city's final resting place in the 18th century when Paris's cemeteries overflowed. But this wasn't just a cleanup job, this was art. Skulls and femurs were arranged into eerie wall patterns, crosses, and altars, stretching for miles beneath the city. You're not just walking through history, you're walking through carefully stacked death. The air here is cold and still, unnaturally so. Footsteps echo, even when you're alone. Some swear the tunnels shift, like they're alive. Others have entered illegally and vanished without a trace. Urban explorers tell of strange voices, symbols that weren't there before, and doors that appear, then disappear. And then there's the mysterious footage from the 1990s, found deep within the catacombs. A camera, abandoned, battery dying, its last moments showing a panicked man running through the tunnels, deeper and deeper, as if something was chasing him. No one knows who he was. No one ever found him. Some say the catacombs are haunted. Others believe they're a gateway to something else. But if you ever visit, just remember, the dead vastly outnumber the living down there, and they may not all be resting. From frozen caves that glisten like jewels to deserts where time itself seems to stand still, the Earth is filled with places so alien, they don't just look like they're from another planet. They make you feel like you've stepped into an entirely different reality. The kind of places that make you question what you know about the world, what you know about nature, and maybe even what you know about yourself. These 14 destinations are more than just places. They're experiences, mysteries, and wonders that transport you beyond the ordinary. Whether you're brave enough to stand at the edge of a massive cliff, descend into an ice cave, or get lost among strange rock formations that don't belong to this world, each one offers a chance to feel what it's like to explore the unexplained. Some of these places have been the source of legends, mysteries, and supernatural whispers for centuries. And yet, in our modern age, they continue to defy explanation, inviting us to wonder what's really out there. So, are you ready to step out of your comfort zone and into a world so otherworldly? It feels like you've been transported through time and space. These destinations are waiting for you. And if you are daring enough, perhaps you'll be the one to uncover the mysteries that have baffled explorers and adventurers for generations. Pack your bags, grab your camera, and prepare for the adventure of a lifetime. After all, some stories aren't meant to be read about. They're meant to be lived. Now, from this new channel to you, those are the places that don't feel like they belong with us. Subscribe, like, and comment what the next video should be about. Till next time, adios.